You know, I love this question. I choose to partner because I love to bring individuals together and help them to form highly effective, efficient teams.
I choose to partner because I believe it's the best way to ensure success on any project that we build.
And I partner because it saves time, it saves money, and it saves a ton of heartburn.
In my over 40-year career, there's nothing that has been more successful to me than the partnering approach to projects. That is really about teamwork. If you have teamwork on projects and you have partnering, the rest of your core values on a project will flow from there.
I choose to partner because it benefits all parties involved in the project.
I choose to partner because it minimizes conflict and really just makes the workplace much more enjoyable for everyone.
I choose to partner because partnered projects are more successful. With common goals between the contractor and Caltrans, issues get resolved sooner and do not fester and drag out throughout the contract.
I choose to partner because I find that the partnering process creates a more rewarding project for me and everyone involved.
I choose to partner because it helps us achieve mutual goals, reduce disputes at lowest levels, and increase efficiencies.
I choose partnering because it provides the necessary tools to create a cohesive and highly effective team, which ultimately leads to a more efficient and comfortable working environment to enable and ensure the success of a project.
I choose to partner because I firmly believe building an honest and transparent relationship with our clients is the only way to get a project on that path of fairness, trust, collaboration, all those things that we all seek in building our construction projects.
I choose to partner because it creates an environment of collaboration and doing what is best for the project.
I choose partnering because it gives small business a voice.
I choose to partner because it's how we do business.
Good afternoon. My name is Ray Hopkins and I am the Caltrans Chief Division of Construction. It's with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 21st Annual Caltrans Excellence in Partnering Awards ceremony. This is the second virtual presentation of these awards. And while we wish that we could be together in person recognizing this year's winning teams, we are excited that we can reach you in your homes, your offices, and on your mobile devices to celebrate the 16 project teams that exemplify the best practices of construction partnering. Almost 30 years ago, Caltrans decided that we are going to invest on building strong relationships and make our way of doing business better, both for us and for the industry. We recognized that there was a benefit in working collaboratively, not combatively, and out of this, the partnering program was born. Our partnering is much like any other relationship. It takes effort, care, and investment of time to grow these relationships into strong, trusted partnerships. Efforts were focused on building key partnering values of fairness, cooperation, trust, transparent communication, teamwork, collaborative problem solving, working for mutual gains, and the rapid dispute resolution. However, these efforts extend far beyond the project level. Inclusion of our industry partners in broader discussions of statewide improvement across the entire construction program have allowed us to examine processes and collaboratively find more efficient ways to do business. So over the last 3 decades, Caltrans went to work building stronger partnerships with our industry partners and all project stakeholders. All the while asking, how can we continue to build and grow together a unified set of values to guide us along the way? This year's been no exception. Although we all faced unique challenges, it is evident that these values have been embraced by all levels of leadership in Caltrans and in the industry. Some of the key individuals that I would like to thank and recognize for their support of the partnering program are Caltrans Director Tokes Omashakin, Chief Deputy Director Mike Keever, the 12 District Directors, Janice Benton, our Chief Engineer and sponsor of the Caltrans Construction Partnering Steering Committee, the Caltrans construction deputies, and industry executives that make up the Caltrans Construction Partnering Steering Committee. This is the main driving force behind the partnership program. The 12 district partnering coordinators, who are in fact the district champions of the program. And then finally, Ray Tritt and Chuck Susko, who manage the Caltrans Partnering Program. But the true core of partnering comes from the efforts of the project managers and resident engineers who manage the day-to-day activity at the project level. Without their tireless effort, this program wouldn't exist. There would be no partnering. And speaking of a true champion of partnering, it is my pleasure to introduce our Caltrans Director, Tokes Omashakin, with his message of appreciation for all that you have done this year.
Good afternoon. I'm Tokes Omashakin, your Caltrans Director. Thank you for having me here today at the 21st Annual Caltrans Excellence in Partnering Awards ceremony. It is my honor to recognize 16 project teams that truly went above and beyond in the successful delivery of their projects during the 2020 calendar year. You deserve a resounding thank you. Your tireless efforts seeing these projects through to completion benefit all Californians. And to have done this work in a year that presented so many obstacles, you repeatedly proved that partnering absolutely works. It is through these strong team relationships that we and our partners are successful as an organization. Though today's award ceremony honors the 16 projects that exemplify the best practices of construction partnering, the success we saw as an organization in 2020 extends to hundreds more projects and partnerships we have within our contracting industry. Because of the statewide partnerships from the highest levels to the project levels, we saw success in a year with more challenges than anyone could have anticipated. In 2020, Caltrans delivered 430 new projects to construction with a value of nearly $2.4 billion. In the very same year, Caltrans completed 552 construction projects with a value of just over $3 billion. Now, these numbers would be impressive in any year, but the fact that we accomplished this extraordinary level of work in the midst of a global pandemic, wildfires, and civil unrest is truly unprecedented. It resulted in work areas shutting down and stricter safety protocols, but also put a spotlight on the level of commitment to partnering that Caltrans has with our internal and external partners. These partnerships are the backbone of our staff's role, continued service to the people of California, while always keeping the safety of our employees in focus. Without our strong partnerships with our fellow state agencies and local governments and contracting partners, we would not have been able to continue tackling problems and building a brighter California for all. We recognize that this year was not easy, but through our strong partnerships, we stayed the course, and we were unwavering in our collaboration. We demonstrated through our collective efforts that we can accomplish so much more when we do it together. And it is from these accomplishments that I foresee a great many more successes to come. As this past year, working together through shared struggles only strengthened the partnerships we need to continue moving forward. Because in the future, projects are increasing in complexity. It is only through our collective efforts that we will continue to innovate and find solutions and output that provide a transportation network serving all people. I would like to emphasize that Caltrans remains committed to building and strengthening those relationships with our partners. Our collaborative function intersects towards a common goal, a brighter future for all through a world-class transportation network. On behalf of the department, I once again say congratulations to 16 project teams receiving awards today. But I also say thank you to all the project teams and Caltrans partners that worked so hard this year to keep us moving forward. You are truly indispensable. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Tokes, for your inspiring and thoughtful message of recognition and appreciation. As Director Omashakin mentioned, 2020 was not an easy year for Caltrans or the construction industry. I truly believe that our partnering values and relationships were put to the test, and we've seen the benefits and results from the years of concerted effort to unify our collective focus on partnering. Through the midst of the pandemic, in a year that could have decimated the ability to deliver projects, we found teams striving for innovation and pushing the boundaries to improve project delivery. Project teams were taking action to increase safety on their projects through the increased use of speed reduction zones, automated flagging devices, and utilizing full closures of roadways for the safer and more efficient delivery of projects. Project teams found ways to accelerate and advance work, returning roadways back to the public well ahead of schedule. Project teams worked to implement the use of new technology like automated machine guidance and drones in the inspection of construction projects, creating a safer and more efficient way of monitoring and tracking work progress. Today, we're here to recognize 16 project teams that not only stepped up and took action, but did it while exemplifying the best practices of partnering in the delivery of their projects. These teams collectively saved $23.7 million due to partnering and saved a total of 868 working days. That's roughly 4 years of reduction of activity in the work zone that would have impacted the traveling public. But partnering is so much more than monetary returns on investment. In fact, the biggest savings in partnering, it's hard to measure. These include the reduction in unresolved issues, as a fundamental of partnering is to address problems early. It's the reduction in the need for legal fees and years saved by getting issues resolved at the project level. It's the prompt and proactive discussions that take place and then prevent these issues from ever even arising. And most importantly, it's the satisfaction and joy at the end of the day. Project teams can go home and know that they've made a difference by collaboratively working to eliminate these disputes. This is what makes work fun and keeps project teams engaged. It's what creates pride in what we do. This last point is exactly why I believe partnering is so important. Our biggest asset in the delivery of projects is the people that perform the work, the folks in the trenches that make the work happen. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you do every day to make a difference. I also know that I am not only speaking for myself, but also for Caltrans and industry leadership across the state when I say we honor you and we thank you for your tireless efforts that you put in every day. This year, we honor 16 project teams earning the award for excellence in partnering on Caltrans projects, and we'll reveal the projects across 3 categories: projects under $10 million, projects between $10 million and $50 million, and projects over $50 million. Each team awarded here today has earned either a gold, silver, or bronze award based on the scoring of the applications. And the Best in Class award is given to the highest scoring gold recipient in each category. I know you've been eagerly awaiting to find out the results for this year's awards. So with no further ado, let me introduce our first category: projects under $10 million.
Projects less than $10 million. The medal winners are: the Torrey Meadows Bridge OC project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer Gennaro Janelle, Flatiron project manager Lenny Gardino, and Global Leadership Alliance facilitator Vicky Mattia Martin. When a new 2-lane bridge was to be built along State Route 56, Flatiron and Caltrans rose to the challenge of communicating and coordinating with the City of San Diego. The project team not only needed to meet Caltrans' design specifications, but it had to conform to San Diego's White Book and Green Book specifications for public works projects. The entire team took COVID-19 safety seriously. Everyone agreed to use face coverings before they were state mandated and practice social distancing on site, even during the bridge deck and hot mix asphalt pouring. And because the pandemic had dramatically decreased the number of vehicles on the road, the project team capitalized on the opportunity to increase the lane closure windows. Their decision accelerated construction, and they completed the bridge more than 1 month ahead of schedule.
The I-8 Morena Boulevard widening project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer Brandon Farmer, Hazard Construction Company project manager Kirk Karras, and Advanced Management Systems International facilitator Bob Dorn. Exceptional teamwork was the order of the day throughout all phases of this widening of Interstate 8. The work of adding a lane and 2 through lanes to northbound Interstate 5 involved a geosynthetic reinforced earth wall, multiple cast-in drilled hole piles and overhead sign structures, a concrete barrier, hot mix asphalt, and precast concrete paving. And because of environmental constraints for the riverbed, Hazard needed to coordinate with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the City of San Diego, the Presidio Little League, various Caltrans teams, and several subcontractors. When the team discovered lead-contaminated soil and silting caused by an open channel, their partnering practices and collaboration paid off. Hazard's value engineering change proposal to replace the channel with a concrete pipe saved Caltrans more than $85,000 and reduced the hazardous soil generation by 30%. Weekly partnering meetings made problem-solving much easier, even when responsibility for a construction detail was in dispute. Hazard and its supplier, with expertise from Caltrans, kept the project moving forward, ending it on time and under budget.
Congratulations to the teams and the projects under $10 million category for your bronze and silver awards. You truly have shown that partnering, even on smaller projects, pays off. Next, we have the category for projects between $10 million and $50 million. Let's see who the winning project teams are.
Projects greater than $10 million, less than $50 million. The medal winners are the SIDEHILL Viaduct Bridge Replacement Dog Creek Bridge Retrofit Project was led by Caltrans District 2 resident engineer Nathan W. Alexander, Golden State Bridge Project Manager Paul Lukasiewicz, and OrgMetrics Facilitator Rob Ray. The SIDEHILL Viaduct Bridge handles traffic heading south on Interstate 5 towards Lake Shasta and is located in the middle of the Union Pacific Railroad right-of-way and over a tunnel, while the Dog Creek Bridge site is in steep terrain that had to be accessed by abandoned roads. But these issues were minor compared to the discovery of the arch's lateral deflection once the temporary false work was removed. The team halted all work so Caltrans could evaluate the situation and come up with a retrofit strategy. Caltrans design changes included reinforcing the support members with carbon fiber and developing a lightweight concrete for the bridge superstructure. Golden State Bridge and Caltrans successfully coordinated the unplanned work with the Union Pacific Railroad, the U.S. Forest Service, and various regulatory agencies so that the rest of the planned work could proceed.
The SMARTSVILLE Roadway Realignment Project was led by Caltrans District 3 resident engineer Aaron Chamberlain, Flatiron Project Manager Charles Morrow, and Pinnacle Leadership Group Facilitator Kelly Bonine Hall. Completing this super elevated bridge project in Yuba County's Gold Country that updated geometric design to current standards required 2.1 miles of new roadway to be constructed on a segment of State Route 20 with large cuts, fills, and a 305-foot structure. The project site was filled with hard rock, so the terrain was not ideal, and the project team needed to use controlled blasting to assist in the excavation of 130,000 cubic yards. The bridge design called for precast girders approximately 150 feet long and required extreme engineering and ingenuity to construct. Through effective communication, Caltrans and Flatiron made it possible to complete construction with no incidents or delays. Early on, Caltrans discovered a large earthwork error, and with the collaborative effort of the North Region Design Team, North Region Construction staff, and Flatiron staff, a 397-page change order was created and implemented that modified major portions of the roadway and addressed this issue. Flatiron adjusted its construction sequencing to accommodate these changes, and their effort minimized impacts to the project schedule and cost.
The Highway 70 Widening Segment 1 project was led by Caltrans District 3 resident engineer Ryan Johnson, Tykert Construction Project Manager Danny Warren, and Global Leadership Alliance Facilitator Dina Blake. This project was the first of 5 in a plan to widen Highway 70 from Oroville to Marysville for safety improvements. Highway 70 lacked a passing lane, and District 3 was determined to address the higher-than-average accident rates and improve safety before the end of the 2019 construction season. The project team fully committed to these goals. Caltrans and Tykert Construction needed to complete 100,000 cubic yards of roadway excavation and import borrow in just 20 working days, a feat that required large amounts of compaction testing. So the Tykert Construction personnel and the Caltrans testing staff collaborated to ensure both quality control and quality assurance testing were performed efficiently and safely.
The Interstate 680 ramp metering project was led by Caltrans District 4 resident engineer Hung No, Bay City's Paving and Grading Incorporated project manager Dave Knott, and ATI Systems facilitator Craig Erickson. On this project in Alameda County, the Caltrans and Bay City's Paving and Grading team installed metering at 4 on-ramps, added a high-occupancy vehicle lane to northbound I-680, constructed 2 retaining walls, and installed 6 closed-circuit TV cameras, 2 changeable message signs, 18 traffic monitoring stations, and 6 maintenance vehicle pullouts. When electrical work for the ramp metering was found to overlap with other Caltrans projects on the corridor, Bay Cities initiated constant contact with the other projects in the area for the team to coordinate and sequence the project's electrical components, thereby avoiding costly delays and throwaway work. And when conflicts were found with the new concrete median barrier and existing underground drainage and electrical systems, the entire project team scheduled field meetings to collaborate on designing a concrete barrier that both resolved the conflicts and avoided the project's temporary lighting. In the end, the team not only completed the project well ahead of schedule, but shaved more than $2 million off the total cost.
The I-880 and SR-84 ramp improvements project was led by Caltrans District 4 resident engineer Vernon Nguyen, Gilati Construction Company project manager Gia Chen, and Global Leadership Alliance facilitator Holly Parrish-Besner. This project near Fremont and Newark in Alameda County required a Herculean effort. At the very start, the project team faced a situation that could have negatively impacted the cost and schedule. There were fiber optic and other underground utilities owned by the Bay Area Infrastructure Financing Authority that were not shown in the contract plans at bid time. The project team held a number of meetings with all of the local stakeholders and ultimately reached an agreement on a plan to expose and cap the fiber optic lines. Caltrans expedited the design as well as buy-off from the financing authority, while GCC worked on gathering the materials and resources to execute the work quickly. This same issue put the hot mix asphalt paving schedule at risk, so the team brainstormed ways to get the paving done before the winter season. Caltrans coordinated with the district office to change ramp closures for daytime and weekends, while GCC arranged for its paving crews to work overtime and weekends. Strong partnering brought the project in under budget, and the team achieved one of its main goals: 0 claims.
The Route 198 Pavement Rehabilitation Project was led by Caltrans District 6 resident engineer Javier Huerta, Lee's Paving Incorporated project manager Russell Carell, and ATI Systems facilitators Craig and Dennis Erickson. When a supply issue cropped up with the pavement overlay on an 8-mile stretch of Highway 198 in Tulare County, the team decided to replace the rubberized hot mix asphalt pavement overlay with Type A HMA. And to improve efficiency and reduce the number of days with lane closures, they piloted varying closure lengths outside of the peak traffic periods. Their efforts succeeded, as the project was not only completed on time but under budget. And to comply with the COVID-19 shelter-in-place order, the team became one of the first Caltrans project teams to use WebEx for a virtual closeout partnering session. Partnering was especially critical for this pavement project because Lee McClatchy, president of Lee's Paving, who was also the team's project manager, suffered health issues and tragically passed away during the course of the project. But Lee's commitment to partnering was evident. When Russell Carell became the company's president as well as the project's PM, the team recommitted themselves to the partnering principles Lee established in the initial partnering charter. The team smoothly transitioned with a new plan of attack to complete the project in Lee's honor.
The State Route 190 LAIRDS Rehab project was led by Caltrans District 6 resident engineer Javier Huerta, YARB's Grading and Paving Incorporated project manager Troy Yarborough, and Creative Alliance Group facilitator Leonard Steinberg. This pavement reconstruction and widening project along State Route 190 would not have succeeded if the team had not fully engaged with the County of Tulare and the public. Among the early obstacles were the public utilities lining the Caltrans right-of-way and conflicts with another Tulare County project. To avoid delays from these two obstacles, the team coordinated with all stakeholders to modify the project staging. They developed a change order that allowed YARB's Grading and Paving to work on the eastern 4 miles of the project under a full closure, with a detour using Tulare County roads, while Tulare County simultaneously reconstructed part of its roadway under a full closure, using the western portion of State Route 190 as a detour. It was this collaborative problem-solving that enabled the team to complete the project on time and almost $1 million under budget.
The State Route 52 slabs replacement project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer Gennaro Janelle, Hazard Construction Company project manager Kirk Karras, and GreenCom Incorporated facilitator Dennis Green. In the kickoff workshop for this slab replacement project on State Route 52 just south of Miramar Air Base, Caltrans and Hazard Construction agreed on a change order to reduce the 10 night shift closures down to 2 55-hour weekend closures. The reduced number of closures significantly lessened the project's impact on the public and the exposure of workers to traffic risks. The project team's partnering process to address incidents with impaired or distracted drivers was an essential part of the team's safety strategy to achieve 0 job site injuries. Hazard and Caltrans held a joint safety stand-down to identify and reduce the risks to motorists in the project area. The team developed new lane closure charts and brainstormed ideas to improve the safety environment for everyone, workers and motorists. At the end of the day, they were able to complete the project safely, on time, and under budget.
The State Route 52 Restore Pavement Profile project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer Carlos Lopez and S&B Engineering Incorporated project manager Josh Bridwell. When State Route 52 was built, constructing a highway over a landfill was a unique idea, but in this case, one with an unexpected outcome. Due to settlement in some areas, the highway, which runs between the San Diego suburb cities of Lakeside and La Jolla, was dubbed the roller coaster route. Motorists noted that it was bumpy, unsafe, and damaging to vehicles. Tasked with stabilizing the subsurface to mitigate the roller coaster effect, S&B Engineering applied 3D modeling for the grinding and AC paving phases to correct the profile and achieve the necessary smoothness. Their innovative paving techniques lowered the International Roughness Index from more than 1,200 to 160 or less, and the mean roughness index to less than 60, and in some cases to less than 30. And to address concerns about a ramp closure that would affect access to nearby businesses and a landfill, the team provided weekly updates to Caltrans' Public Information Office so the PIO could keep the public informed via social media and news outlets.
Congratulations to the teams in the $10 to $50 million category on your gold, silver, and bronze partnering awards. Now let's find out who the best-in-class award winner is for this category. And the winner is the Interstate 880 and State Route 84 Ramp Improvement Project. Congratulations. And here with a special message for the team is the District 4 Director, Dina El-Tawansi.
Hello, I'm Dina El-Tawansi, Caltrans Director in the Bay Area. I would like to congratulate the team that worked on the I-880 and State Route 84 ramp improvements in Fremont and Newark. Complex projects like these improvements require a real focus and collaboration between everyone that's involved to be successful. An unparalleled effort of communication and collaboration is being celebrated today that lead to our success at handling challenges that could have caused great schedule and cost impacts to the project. Special thanks are in order for the Caltrans team, the Jolari construction team, staff at the Global Leadership Alliance, and the San Francisco Public Utility Commission and the Bay Area Infrastructure Authority for the close coordination and attention to the details that it took to make this transportation improvement a reality. During this ramp improvement project, along several critical corridors, the Caltrans team and the Jolari construction sat down and broke bread together, deciding to institute all team lunch meetings after completing project milestones to strengthen their professional bond and improve communication. The rest is history. These meals resulted in deep relationship which opened transparent lines of communication, allowing them to innovatively resolve issues directly at the field level. They decided on a collaborative goal of zero claims, and because of this close partnership, I'm very proud to say that they have achieved it. The prestigious Best in Class award gives this remarkable team a good reason to celebrate and have a victory barbecue in honor of their partnership. Congratulations go out to the integrated team of agency and private professionals for setting a fantastic example on how working together and embracing innovative ideas can help us solve the complex challenges of our projects. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dina. And congratulations to the project teams for your Best in Class award. Now we're on our way to the third and final category, and here are the winning projects for greater than $50 million.
Projects greater than $50 million. The medal winners are: the Southbound Dunsmuir Grade Project was led by Caltrans District 2 resident engineer Nicole Mallory, J.F. Shea Construction Project Manager Kirk Johnson, and Global Leadership Alliance Facilitator Holly Parrish-Besner. On this $62 million reconstruction of 21 lane miles of southbound Interstate 5 near Mount Shasta, all the work took place on a section of interstate highway subject to harsh winter conditions and heavy truck traffic. So, how did the project team manage to shorten the schedule to complete this project in 2 seasons instead of 3 and save more than $3 million? J.F. Shea Construction and Caltrans collaborated on a value engineering change proposal that would make stage construction changes to allow the team to finish the project well ahead of schedule. In the process of developing these restaging plans, the team identified ramps would need to be temporarily constructed for trucks to access the nearby California Highway Patrol inspection facility. While partnering through these logistics, it was determined that since another project was being constructed within the Scales facility, the CHP was willing to accept a long-term closure of the Scales to allow work on Interstate 5 to proceed without the need for temporary ramps. Working long hours and multiple shifts, the team managed to complete half the work in under 6 months. Local newspapers covered the partnering between Caltrans, J.F. Shea, and the California Highway Patrol numerous times, and the project itself was recognized by the California Pavement Preservation Center at Cal State Chico for its long-life pavement design.
The Route 210 Roadway Rehabilitation Project was led by Caltrans District 7 resident engineer Sushil N. Chowdhury, Flatiron Project Manager Andy Boswell, and W.E. McLeish Associates Facilitator William McLeish. On this $126 million project through La Cañada Flint Ridge, Glendale, and Pasadena, the project team replaced nearly 400,000 square yards of pavement and bridge approach slabs at 16 locations along 10 miles of the 210 freeway. Flatiron used 11 types of pavement, some experimental, including precast jointed plain concrete, two-lift composite pavement, continuously reinforced concrete pavement, and jointed plain concrete pavement. The 4-year project was one of the largest precast slab concrete projects in North America, and yet the team successfully minimized traffic impacts that such a job could incur. 6,500 precast concrete pavement panels were installed at night, with the freeway reopening each day to full traffic by 5 a.m. They also partnered with the Tournament of Roses parade officials on 3 events to avoid impacts on the yearly festivities. With the blessing of the city of Pasadena, a batch plant and a crushing facility were set up near downtown to recycle the existing concrete pavement. Over 100,000 tons were reused, which eliminated hauling through city streets to the landfill and helped the team to complete the project close to 11 months ahead of schedule.
The I-5 Pavement Rehabilitation Project in Santa Clarita, California, was led by Caltrans District 7 resident engineer Daniel Wijaja, Guy F. Atkinson Construction Project Manager Scott Mathewson, and OrgMetrics LLC Facilitator Cinda Bond. This 2-year, $141 million project rehabilitated a more than 50-year-old section of Interstate 5 in Santa Clarita that carries more than 1 million vehicles a week. The project team was tasked with removing and replacing nearly 16 miles of existing pavement using a combination of precast panels and individual slabs of rapid-strength concrete. The existing removed concrete and asphalt materials were crushed on-site into a base material and reused. Local landowners accepted the surplus excavated materials, and these relationships further helped the project stay on schedule and within budget. Partnering was evident to stakeholders and motorists alike when Caltrans and Atkinson collaborated with the California Highway Patrol, City of Santa Clarita, and the County of Los Angeles to construct an innovative emergency turnaround dubbed Operation Snowflake. The new gate installation now makes it possible for motorists to follow a guided turnaround within the median of the I-5, avoiding what was once a 26-mile round trip during severe winter full freeway closures.
The Victorville I-15 widening project was led by Caltrans District 8 resident engineer Tagreed Al-Khatib, Ames Construction Project Manager Rob Manning, and Paradigm Consulting Facilitator John Swartzentruber. This $83 million project on Interstate 15 in Victorville, one of the busiest corridors in the United States, spanned the Mojave River, historic Route 66, and a BNSF freight rail double track. Caltrans and Ames Construction widened the highway's main line and 3 bridges, constructed 2 mainline bridges, reconstructed 3 interchanges, and installed landscaping. Beset with delays from the start and an unusually wet winter that impacted construction work in the river, the project began a year later than planned. Also, the existing shoulder grades did not match the design grades, so Caltrans had to conduct a survey before the design team could correct the plans. When the pavement could not be constructed in the specified closure windows, the team brainstormed solutions, and Caltrans approved a 66-hour closure window. In a first for District 8, the Cold Plain subcontractor used LiDAR technology to determine where to grind to achieve a smoother ride and consistent cross slopes for drainage. Despite all the challenges and initial delays, the team completed the 904-day project right on time.
The Construct CRCP Overlay, HMA Type A, and Lighting Project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer Daniel Hernandez Duarte, Security Paving Company Incorporated project manager Basil Jamaluddin, and Global Leadership Alliance facilitator Holly Parrish-Besner. This $83 million project in the Imperial Valley came in $10 million under budget, despite extreme summer heat, high winds, and a 4-month delay. How did the project team do it? The goal was to reconstruct 15.1 miles of Interstate 8 with continuously reinforced concrete pavement in 695 days. The team jointly decided to sequence the work more effectively by shuffling stages 4 and 5 in an effort to be more efficient and improve overall project quality and delivery. Caltrans and Security Paving also collaborated on finding a cost-effective way to reduce the continuously reinforced concrete waste and improve the freeway's surface smoothness. The team installed and used a string line as a reference system to control the grade in preparation for concrete paving. This resulted in a consistent, continuously reinforced concrete depth, which reduced waste and improved smoothness. And by agreeing to use a 6-week look-ahead tool, the team was able to allocate their resources strategically in the short term and minimized roadblocks.
Congratulations to all the gold, silver, and bronze award-winning teams in the project greater than $50 million category. Our final award today is the best in class for this category. And the winner is the Interstate 5 Pavement Rehabilitation Project in Santa Clarita, California. Congratulations to the team. And to help recognize the team, please welcome District Director Tony Tavares from District 7 with a personal message.
Hello, I'm Tony Tavares, the Caltrans Director for Caltrans District 7 in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. I'm honored to accept the Best in Class Award for the I-5 Roadway Rehabilitation Project in Santa Clarita on behalf of our entire District 7 team. Our partnering champions that led the project partnering effort include Caltrans resident engineer Daniel Wajaja, our contractor project manager Scott Mathewson, our contractor Guy F. Atkinson Incorporated, our partnering facilitator Cinda Bond with OrgMetrics, and our partners at the California Highway Patrol. Thank you. This award acknowledges their dedicated efforts to complete the project, working together as a partnering team, and they all represent the highest levels and best practices of partnering. Working efficiently and together, these partnering teams were able to deliver the project ahead of schedule by almost 94 working days, come in under budget by more than $160,000, and they saved almost $220 for every dollar spent on partnering. I'm proud to be part of the District 7 team with all of you. Congratulations on your exceptional partnering success.
Thank you, Tony, and congratulations to the project team for your Best in Class award. It's been an absolute pleasure for me to spend time with you this afternoon as we presented the 2021 Caltrans Excellence in Partnering Awards. In the completion of these projects, you truly have embodied the ideas, the values, and the importance of partnering, and it's shown in the success of each and every one of your project teams. I say thank you to those winning teams, as well as all the other project teams out there who embrace the fundamentals of partnering, and for your continued effort to deliver quality construction projects day in and day out. You truly take to heart the principles of partnering and made it your way of doing business. Thank you for your efforts, and thank you for joining us at the 21st Annual Caltrans Excellence in Partnering Awards ceremony. Have a great evening.
The most important core value of partnering to me is open and honest communication because it is the key to a successful project and our teams wanting to work together again.
The most important core value of partnering is joint problem solving because everyone is working for the best outcome.
The most important core value of partnering to me is teamwork, and collaboration. And I picked those two because I think they're an umbrella to everything else regarding our partnering values. Fairness, trust, open and honest communications, and again, problem solving.
The most important core value of partnering to me is collaboration. Many minds working on a common problem generally creates better solutions. Everyone's got buy-in on those solutions.
The most important core value of partnering to me is collaboration because it brings all the stakeholders together, focused on what it's going to take to achieve the collective goals of the project.
The most important core value of partnering to me is open and honest communication. Because with great communication between both parties, issues can be vetted out with a clear understanding of the issue from both points of view.
The most important core value in partnering for me is open and honest communication. Without it, a project tends to find themselves breeding distrust amongst the team. And that's counterintuitive to what we are all trying to achieve, which is common goals on a project and success.
They're all important, but I seem to like working for mutual gain. In my experience, projects that go badly are no fun to work on. It's no fun cleaning up the problems. It's no fun fighting with contractors. It's no fun cleaning up after. For those that go well, it is fun to come to work. It's fun checking off boxes, seeing progress, and very little cleanup after. So for me, win-win is the way to go.
The most important core value of partnering to me is trust, because it's difficult to build and easy to destroy. Trust is essential to an effective partnering relationship.
Trust enables a smoother collaboration, a more natural sense of teamwork, and more open and honest communication.
The most important core value in partnering for me is joint problem solving because it allows all project issues to get handled and get resolved quickly.
I think the biggest value in partnering is joint problem solving. When people can come together and not just work with each other, but also to hear the perspective of another person and listen to the perspective of another person, then they can solve problems together. And it's not just a work lesson, it's a life lesson.